Hello everyone, it is October 28th, 2009, and yay, my day to post! So, a few more days until Halloween. Oh my gosh. This week I finished a book. I might have talked about this book before, Am I Blue? But I'm gonna have to read out of it. It's just one of those things. Oh, and it also takes up a lot of time. Haha, me. Okay. I suppose I could have known about myself when I was 4 years old. About being different from other little girls, I mean. That was the year Miss Reinhardt's baby ballet class performed for the Women's Club in my hometown. I was a sunbeam. We were all sunbeams. There must have been 10 of us in the class. Our costumes, I can see them even now, 50 years later, as clearly as I can see the well-worn sweats I have on today, were yellow satin, with little puffed sleeves and short pleated skirts and matching panties. I used to love dresses with matching panties. I could twirl or turn somersaults or just stand around holding my skirt up and watch the neighborhood boys agog, till my brother told on me and my mother said crossly that even if the panties matched, I wasn't to let anyone see. I couldn't figure that. What was the point of matching panties if they were supposed to be kept hidden? But it wasn't the costume or even the panties that made the recital memorable. I'm sure I must have looked like every other sunbeam that day. At least I did until we began to dance. We were supposed to sashay in a kind of sidewalled sliding step, facing the audience, only standing in the small room, shut off from the main one by the curtained doorway. I couldn't figure out where the audience was going to be, which way they would be facing. I even left my place in the line of little girls and peeked past the curtain of people a couple times to locate the rows of faces. Ah, yes. There they were. But at the moment I stepped back into line, I would forget all over again. Were they on this side of the room or that? Sometimes in my life I have been sure I knew something when, really, I didn't have a clue, but this wasn't one of those times. I was perfectly clear about the fact that I was confused. So finally, I did the best I could. I chose a direction, crossed my fingers, and waited for the first notes from the piano, my entire body vibrating with anticipation. When the music sounded, all the little girls sashayed into the next room, smiling brightly at the audience as we had been taught. Except for me. I sashayed in, all right, and I smiled too, but I found myself smiling at a blank wall. The audience began to titter, and then the titters turned into laughs. I knew, of course, that the entire women's club, including, I presumed, my very own mother, was laughing at me. I even knew that they thought my mistake was cute. I found them exceedingly rude. But despite the laughter, perhaps even because of it, I couldn't turn around. I had these steps to do, you see, and if I turned around, I messed up. So I did the whole dance, did everything the other girls did, and did it as well as they did, too, with my back to the audience. When it came time to bow, I turned around at last, which made all the women laugh even harder, but there was a space to do it without spoiling the dance. I scowled over my curtsy to send the laughing women a message about their rudeness, but I suppose they found that cute, too. Later on our way home, my mother asked me a question in her most subdued, most carefully considered voice. "Thea," she said, "why didn't you just check out the other little girls before you came in? You could have faced the same way they were." And you know, I didn't have an answer. I still don't, except that it never occurred to me to check anything except my own inner self of direction. Not once, even when I knew my inner sense of direction was confused. And that is all I can give you. We are halfway through the story. I'm actually glad that was able to take up most of my time. It's a really fun story, and it really struck a chord, and it was the last story in this book of short stories. So I love you guys, and I will be talking to you later. Probably seeing you tomorrow. This is Anna, signing off.